folks, I'm Colonel Failure and this is Factorio. Well, last time around we got our factory kind of started. I mean, it's very basic right now. We're grabbing resources, but the game is paused right now because I've literally just finished the research on automation, which allows the first assembling machine. Critical to future success, and that's what we're going to start working on immediately. So the overall goal of this particular playthrough is to build something I've been aspiring to since first playing Factorio, which is a fully smart, fully resource-locked factory. And I'll expand on what that actually is as we go along. We're not quite ready for that just yet. But right now, as you can see, we're doing nothing but resource processing. So we've got plenty of coal coming in. We've got, I think we've got sufficient power. Let's have a quick look. Consumption's maxed out. Production's about half. Yeah, we're doing fine for power. Admittedly, my research is not turned on at the moment, and that will obviously use a bit more power. But where I want to get to is automating, or where I'm hoping to get to today is automating the research process. Now, I only want to work on red flasks right now, and much of this will disappear over time as I build up research and get slightly more advanced. But for now, you know, I'm happily producing plenty of resources to drive things forward. So, what I'm going to be making? No, I don't want that. I want this. I want assembly machines, and we're going to build. I'll build all of the ones that I can. So I'll build all 7 of those, which will take me a moment, and then we'll basically, from these storage chests that we have going on right here, we're going to route that through into an automated manufacturing area, and simply for the sake of convenience of having it out of the way, we'll build that over here. So we want to build red flasks. That's going to be at the end of our chain. So we'll say that we'll do this here. This is going to be my red flask machine. Right, now going into a red flask, we need copper plate and iron gears. Copper plate, easy enough. We already make that from our smeltery over here. But copper, iron gears, dear boy, iron gears. Iron gears we don't yet make, so we're going to have this assembly machine making iron gears. So what we want is copper going into there, iron coming into this one. This is all terribly basic stuff. I don't even know why I'm explaining it. And then feed direct from one into the other. So we shall grab an inserter from here, because the red flasks in question, they don't get made particularly quickly. So there's an opportunity to scale up here, and maybe I'll get to that point. So what I need to do now is, I quite like that these chests are not properly segmented. It means that I can have some fun with smart inserters later on. Oh, hold on. I know what I haven't got yet. Or have I? Hold on. Let's have a look. Oh, no, I've got them. I see. I didn't think I had underground belts, but it turns out I do. Okay, good. Well, I'm even further ahead than I anticipated. So much the better. Hold on. Going to need to move that. Yeah, sorry, chaps. Look, no, look. I'll return your power. Everything will be peachy in just a moment. There we go. Don't start complaining just yet. Now, once I've got a proper smeltery set up and running, I will move all of this to be more efficient. But for now, I'm going to roll it in a fairly haphazard fashion, and everything will work out just fine. Okay, right. So from here, I now need to split my copper and iron into 2 separate streams. And I can already foresee a small problem with this. But remember, it's temporary. Okay? That's going to be my excuse for the time being. This is a prototype build that we've got going on here. Why have you done that? That's not what you want to do just yet. There we go. Look, grab that like that. And then this. What I need here is I need a chest of a decent size. So we'll use this iron chap here, and on there we will grab a fast. I'll build a couple of fast inserts. I haven't got smart inserters. Oh, knickers. I thought I had them. where are we? Smart inserters. There we go. Right here. That's going to need 30. Okay, well, we'll do that next, because that's going to make life a lot easier. Okay, right. We'll start out by... Right, we'll get this rolling by hand. Okay, let's stick that in there. Let's get some power up in here. Just like that. Actually, if I put that in a slightly better place, we'd be able to power both. Right, and then you can have this, and then a bit more power, and you're making flasks for me. Thank you very much. Right, these two chaps will move as well. Straight out onto here. There we go. Bash you two down there. No, no, no. Put them in the right place. It's easy to forget. I mean, you can tell I'm more than a little rusty at the moment, but you know, I have ploughed countless hundreds of hours into this game, so you would expect me to be a little bit more efficient once I have knocked the rust off. There we go. Right, rough and ready as we like it. One more, please. I've used all my resources up. Right, while the action's happening, so I am feeding these by hand at the moment, which is it's a halfway house. Once I've got things rolling here, so we've got 4 science packs waiting. Just wait for a quick fast inserter. There we go. These two will now grab. We will start our research. Excellent. So there we go. This gives you an idea of the pace that we've got going on. I've got more than enough resources in both these machines in order to you know, crack on. But they're not going to do so just yet. Right. So we need a few more of those. Let's get 8 being built. They'll come in handy. So what I'm going to do is we're going to grab everything out of these chests here, bang them on the belt. Stick them under here, stick them in this chest. Now, once I've got smart inserters going on, what I'll do is I'll grab the iron up onto this belt here to go into there. I'll grab the copper to go in the other direction. In fact, I'm going to change this one up here so that we can increase production. And we will increase production a little bit. Like, have you thought this through? I'm not convinced you have thought this through. No, you want to do something like that. That's it. That's what we want to do. And then, of course, we want to connect the power back up again. There we go. Get back to work. Now, if anything was going to drain my power beyond what I'm able to make, that would be it. No, that's fine. We're running fine with 2 research labs. That's perfectly acceptable. So this will be another red flasker. There we go. And this will be another iron gear. Now, I don't really need fast inserters on either of these at the moment. There simply isn't the demand waiting, but I'm okay with that. Right, there we go. And again, you've not thought this through, have you, man? No, you're too high up. Always forgetting to leave room for the. And again, this is it's very finite, the amount. You know, this is literally just going to support these 4 that I've got set up. Right, you flasks, get off. You iron. There we are. Let's get the juice on here. Don't put it there. Oh, man, come on. There we go. Right, good. Okay, so you're going to want, this is copper we're after here, so you're going to want copper from there. And again, it's still too close. If I had a shred of dignity, I'd start again and get this right first time. But, you know, fresh out of dignity. There we go. Right. We need that. Turn around like that. Okay. So this is my copper belt. Like that, and then here's my iron belt. Maybe to here. Actually, need to run the iron belt this way. And we'll run that underneath. Right. Okay, that's better. I think we're almost I mean, don't get me wrong, we're a little way from looking competent yet, but we'll get there. Right, that's you, and then that's you. Right, reds, you, gears, excellent. You're going to grab from here. That's it, and then I need an underground belt, please. This was supposed to be simple. See, I started out here thinking, oh, this is gonna be a doddle, this one. But no, I'm not quite ready for anything to be a doddle yet. There we go. Right, so ignore the inherent ugliness of this current setup. Again, this is just to get the ball rolling. There we go. Yep, that's the one. And then that one will take over this way. Just like that. Magical. Right, okay. As soon as I've got smart inserters, what we'll then do is we'll have iron coming out top side, and we'll have copper coming bottom side. So far, so good. I need one of you. Let's put one of those in there just for now. And actually, let's give these some resources, and then we can at least double up on the amount of flasks we're making. You're out of iron again. There you go. Go get some more. Go on. Trot on. The good news is we now have smart inserters. Good. Right. Okay. Automation 2. Ah, yeah. See, automation 2. That's where the real money is there to be made. Right. Let's get. I need a couple more of those. I need some copper. Right. Let's do first things first. Didn't need 3. I need 2. And then okay, right, I'm doing this in the wrong order, but you know, how's that a surprise? Right, you are going to grab for me the copper plate, thank you. And then you are going to grab for me iron plate. Excellent. Alright, you're just going to grab everything out of this chest and bang it on there. No, come back here. Now, there is, of course, a rather miraculous flaw in this system already, is that if these chaps do nothing but grab... There we go. Because it's unsorted, what we're going to end up with is a rather significant amount of iron in the system and nowhere near enough copper, as you can see. There we go, we've finally got some copper coming out, and hopefully, I mean, obviously, given that red flasks take a little while to make, the amount of copper we have is going to take a little while to get used, so that's not so bad. Right, now let's feed this onto the main flask belt, and we should up the tempo as soon as I put an inserter on that. There we go. Good. Right, I need to start thinking defences relatively soon, however, because I've got to the point where I'm polluting sufficiently and making enough of a mess of the environment that Johnny Alien and his friends are going to take a pretty dim view of my exploits. However, look, there we go. See, stuff's moving along. Now, what I could do is I could double up that belt. All right, yeah, build all of those. Give me this. And it's inevitable that we're going to have more iron than copper at the moment because I've only got one copper mine on the run. And it also feels like these guys are running a bit slow. No, we're okay. We're okay. We're running at the right kind of speed. But I am now producing enough to run both of my research labs full time, and that's a good place to start. Meanwhile, this is filling up nicely, and we've got copper and iron in store, so there's no danger of either of those running out anytime soon. This is not the quickest way to proceed right now. but it's okay. It's all good. Yeah, give me another 2 of those. Give me some more copper so I can build a few more. How many more are there? 3 more. And while those are being built, let's run this around here. I mean, the good news about getting it wrong at this early stage in the game is that, you know, I'll end up digging up most of these belts, and that's fine, because I can reuse them. Very little of this, if any, is going to be wasted. There we are. That one. Right. Power them up. Right, okay, so there you go. That's all of my raw resources now being stuck onto the belt, and as you can see up here, they're being stuck onto the other side. Now, if I were to increase my efficiency, not that I need to, the queue is absolutely fine right now because I'm not using any of these resources up. So this is just going to build a nice big fat buffer of resources over time, and that's cool. That's perfectly fine. Where I'm hoping to build, let's while we're waiting for automation 2 to tick along, let's have a quick look at the landscape here. Now, I think my best bet, stronghold wise, would be to seal along here, and then use this coastline as a natural buffer, a natural defense point against Mr. Bitey and his friends, because he's going to turn up, and he's going to turn up soonish. At the very least, I want to protect my my coal mines to the south. In fact, I'm not even sure it's mines plural. I think it's just mine, isn't it? Yeah, I want to protect my coal mine from incursion, because as you can see, it's taking me a little while to get down here, and so it's decidedly possible that that all of that could be trashed before I've even had a chance to react. So that's what we're going to do. Right, I need 2 steam engines and another 3 boilers. So I'm going to need some stone. Okie dokie. I'll do it by hand. Despite the fact I really shouldn't. I should get a stick a mine up in here and get it done that way. Never mind. Right, that's 2. 1 more, so another 5, please. Right, okay, and then I'll show you the tried and tested and well-respected how to feed your boilers trick. Now, getting the water in there is the easy bit if you've left yourself enough space, which I haven't. Excellent, most helpful. What I want to be doing here is let's have a couple of those, please. We want 1 of those, like that. So that's just a nice chunk of water pipe right there. And in fact, if I were to build another water pump, that will make life easier. And then we place our 3 boilers. Thus, we'll water pump off that, and then we'll use the extra pipe in order to set things up the other side. But the trick is, we want to get coal into these boilers as well. Now, you can do this using a convoluted, other way around, a convoluted set of, what's the word I'm looking for? Belt. You know, belt and inserters to grab the coal for you. However, what you can also do is grab the coal directly out of a boiler that's already operational. Yeah, I know, you can. And as such, you can make yourself a little bit more efficient and save a bit of space, certainly, by doing just that, grabbing from one and placing into the other. Right, good, there we go. Assembly machine 2, most useful. Next up, give me turrets, please. Now, turrets will appear nice and quick, but I want to finish off this this improved power setup first. Now, give me a couple more of those. Right, let's power these up. Here we go. So what happens is you end up, if we rotate that one the right way, you end up passing from inserter to inserter, like that. Saves all that mucking about with belt. I could run belt all the way down the middle of here and only accomplish the same thing. Now, that has doubled my power, but I don't want these right now because I'm about to move this lot around. Get out of it. Oh, there we go. See, that's gun turrets researched. I should get some of those building in a moment. And hell, I'll run two of these fine water pumps here, and that will be just dandy. So then we want to do the same thing on this one. Grab from there, please. Thank you. 1, 2, and then from there into that one. And then steam engine up. Right, good. That's sufficient power to keep me going for a bit, that is. Who's short on... Oh, you're facing the wrong way. There you go. Well, you're not short on it. On coal? What's your... Why are you... One wonders if that pylon was in the way. I'm gonna say yes, it probably is. Let's go to there. There you go, that's got it going. Right, so now if I have all 6 boilers running, then that's more power than I can possibly use in the short term. Right, now I want to upgrade all of these to blues so that they kick along a little faster, because that will then give me the option to expand my my operations out as far as research is concerned. And while I'm only researching reds, or researching based off red flasks, that's absolutely fine. So if I place this over here, you see research coming thick and fast. There we go. We'll get some increase in tempo of production. There we go. So if we what are we looking at here? 5 seconds. Is this actually paying off? There we go. Yeah, so as you can see, it's this lower one that has been upgraded is producing faster than the top one. Now, I've got no use for all the gears that I'm making right now. In fact, what I could have is just one of these making the gears for both my my red flask factories, and it would be more than enough. But you can see already that I'm starting to generate a flask surplus, which is exactly what we want to see. Meanwhile, I do need another one of those. Let's go straight to our colleague here and grab a little bit more. Excellent. In fact, I want to build another one of those. Give me a... Oh, there we go. There's another one. What else have we got that's reds only? Steel processing. Sure thing. Okay, right. Now, I'm going to start thieving a little bit more of the steel. That's steel iron. We're not at steel yet. Give me one of those. And actually, while you're thinking about it, build me a gun turret. Right, and what we're going to start building here is ammunition. Now, at the moment, I'm going to have to be delivering this by hand, which is not the most efficient thing to do in the world, but it's necessary for the moment, because what I don't want to be doing is piping ammunition all over the place. So I will, on a regular basis, trot around my my encampment and top gun turrets up accordingly. Okay, right. I'm not going to be much longer before I have to start thinking about making green flasks. And green flasks is where the fun really starts, because it's you start to build up the challenge of actually being able to route materials around. Building red flasks in an automated fashion is simple. As you can see, you know, I bodge together the stuff that I've got going on there, and it's, you know, it's doing its job. Maybe not the most graceful job ever, but, right, I'm going to give you all my ammo, which is a bit of a risk. But I'm going to get some more now anyway. In fact, let's get another, what am I short on? Iron. Oh, well, that's fine. Iron we can live with. I should have that in spades. Right, here we go, chaps. Give me some bullets. Cool. So there we go. So that's just going to keep ticking away, making me ammo. I'll gradually add increasing numbers of defences, but I definitely need to start thinking now in a more long-term fashion, and I'll show you why. It's because here we go. So green science packs require an inserter and a transport belt to make. Neither of these are simple. Now the inserter, if we look here, requires an iron gear. Remember those? They need to be made. Electronic circuit and an iron plate. So we're already looking at a fairly complex setup. And then we need more iron gears for my other component, for the transport belt, and more iron. So it's going to behoove me to have iron and gears on the same belt. And that will help funnel things through. Meanwhile, I think I also want to start considering upping the number of research labs that I've got on the go. And this, right now, is the reason we manufacture anything. We're manufacturing in order to drive research. You can sit here. As tempting as it might be to set up defences, in fact, it's not just tempting, it's what's going to happen. In fact, give me some armour while I think about it. Because bad alien monsters are coming, and they're not best pleased with me. So, if I've got any level of sense whatsoever, I will be ready for them. Now, they're not going to come in vast quantities to start with, but they're going to start arriving, and I want to make sure that they're not going to take out anything I actually need. Where do we want you? This would have seemed to be a naked area. Let's go in here. I don't expect you're going to get particularly busy there, Sunshine, but we're not taking any chances. Alright, and then we'll stick one more over by these mines, because aliens do like your mining operation. Anyway, right, that's going to wrap it up for this time. A little bit of progress. We have made what research we're doing now into an automated system. Good place to start. Let's add a third on here just to speed things up a bit more. And you know, we're about to start thinking on a slightly bigger scale, both in terms of the amount of resources we've got coming in. And if we have a look at our production graph here, let's take a 10-minute interval. So we're making 900 iron, 300 plate, and 129 science packs in 10 minutes. Yeah, pretty good. Those numbers, of course, will be dwarfed. Now, what I'm not trying to do, what I'm not aiming to make here, is a factory with gargantuan output. Although, even in the most humble of factories, you do end up producing a whacking great load of parts and resources and flasks and the rest of it in the fullness of time. There you go, get to work. But next time, we're going to start working on the green flask equation. And I don't want to go any further this way because that's going to get in the way of all of this lovely oil. In fact, what would be more useful is if I were to start working some of this stone. So I think we'll go stone and green flasks next time around. Be sure to tune in for that. Thanks very much for watching today. I've been Colonel Failure. We're going to be a little slow to get started, not least of all because I have to, you know, get my brain back into Factorio gear. Once you're in the zone, it all comes quite naturally, but it takes a little while to get that far. Well, it does for me anyway. That's my excuse. I am sticking with it. Thank you for watching. Chuck us a like. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. And I will catch up with you very soon. Thanks for watching. Cheerio.
Listen.